Hi everyone, my name is Milica Utvic and this is my post-reflection for applied assignment number 2. For this assignment, I completed a program review focused on dual language learners at the after-school program where I work at Saguenauche Elementary School. Today, I'll walk you through my pre-work, the evidence I collected, what I learned, and the new questions I have after completing this assignment. Introduction. I chose to review the Right at School program because I work directly in this classroom environment every week and I have hands-on access to routines, communication systems, and the daily experiences of DLLs. I also regularly interact with children and families who speak languages such as Polish and Spanish at home, so this felt like a meaningful opportunity to evaluate how our program supports linguistic diversity. Since I already know the routines and challenges from working there, I was able to conduct the review from an informed and authentic perspective. So, pre-work, what I already knew. Before starting this assignment, I already knew from both coursework and my own experience that DLLs benefit from visual supports, gestures, repetition, modeling, and predictable routines. At work, I've seen firsthand that fast transitions in large groups can be overwhelming for DLLs when instructions are only verbal. This prior knowledge helped me know where to focus my attention during the review. I specifically plan to look for visual cues, consistent routines, strategies that build comprehension, and whether students had opportunities to use their home languages at school. So, pre-work resource number 1 is Espinosa and Magruder. The first resource I used was the Espinosa and Magruder chapter. 2 direct quotes shaped how I reviewed the program. The first quote says that teachers should link new information to children's prior knowledge and experiences to help them understand new concepts. That helped me evaluate whether a program connects learning to children's cultural and linguistic backgrounds. The second quote says, children can and should continue to develop their home language while learning English, which helped me look at whether our environment supports or even acknowledges home language development. These quotes guided my lens during the entire review. Pre-work resources number 2. The second resource, Organizing Learning Experiences, states that DLLs learn hands-on with materials and practice vocabulary in both of their languages. That gave me a way to check in on our activities. We're structured to allow enough depth, repetition, and vocabulary practice. The third resource was Schedules and Transitions, and it recommends using a schedule that uses pictures, photos, or graphics because DLLs may not understand English-only directions. This helped me focus on whether transitions in our program included visuals, gestures, or modeling to support DLL comprehension. During the review, I found that the program environment contains almost no bilingual materials. There are no visuals to support transitions, and instructions are often quick and verbal. Considering that many students come from homes where Polish or Spanish is spoken, the lack of DLL-friendly supports stood out immediately. The physical environment itself doesn't communicate inclusivity or accessibility for multilingual learners. When we look at our classroom, you can see that we don't have that many supplies other than our learning cabinet. What is labeled are the utensils for near lunchtime where we pick up snacks, but usually the teachers are the ones that are giving out the snacks, and we are not usually asking them to look at any sort of support that is written on any object. I wish there was more. I wish that the supplies in our cabinet are labeled, and we definitely have to do a better job. When I analyzed communication practices, I noticed several gaps. The program does not collect preferred home languages from families. There are no translated materials for parents, no bilingual signage, and no structured system for providing language assistance. Communication relies entirely on English, even when family members might prefer another language. This misalignment was consistent with what I observed daily, especially during pickup times. In terms of teaching and curriculum, I observed little intentional support for DLLs. Staff does not regularly use gestures or visuals or slow pacing during activities. There are no bilingual labels or thematic vocabulary supports. Activities tend to be fast-paced with little repetition, which contradicts best supports for DALs who need multiple exposures to new vocabulary. There are also no curriculum component that acknowledges home languages or integrates cultural connections into learning experiences. The biggest thing I learned from this assignment is how many unintentional barriers exist for DALs when programs don't intentionally integrate supportive practices. The direct quotes from the readings helped me understand that DLL support must be planned, consistent, and visible. I realized that even small shifts like adding pictures, gestures, bilingual labels, or repeated vocabulary could dramatically increase DLL's confidence and participation. This assignment helped me see that program through a more culturally responsive and research-based lens. After completing this review, I still have several questions. I want to learn how large and fast-paced after-school settings can integrate DLL supports without completely changing their structure. I want to explore low-cost ways to add bilingual visuals, and how to gather families' preferred language information respectfully, and how to train staff to use gestures and modeling naturally. My question is for peers: what simple DLL strategies have you used that worked well during fast transitions or busy group times? These questions will guide my continued learning beyond this assignment. And here are my references for this presentation. Thank you so much.